Star Wars The Last Jedi tickets went on sale. We got a brand new poster and a new trailer. I'm Jay,
I'm Colin.
and this is Star Wars Conversations.
Conversations.
How you doing, Colin? You alright?
I'm good, man. I'm well excited today. It's been really hard to concentrate on any work at all.
I know.
I made my office listen to Star Wars music this morning.
You just played a soundtrack, did you?
Yeah, I just had like a random mix of different Star Wars songs.
Excellent.
I just played that to them all. But I was being a bit cocky, and I thought that no one would know it really, and so it was. One of the pieces was the forest attack, basically in Endor. And I was playing that, and I just said in the room, "Oh, I bet you're a five, and no one knows which part of which film this is." And someone knew it. I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa!"
You had to pay them.
I offered, but they didn't take it because I think they knew that. They were very honourable people in my team. But I can believe it. Actually, someone knew.
I know, and it made you like them even more, right?
Yeah, that's it. I thought, well, I don't mind you lot anymore.
That person's getting pay rise.
I will let you work with me.
Yeah, so, well, the first thing was tickets went on sale.
Yeah, man. I bought my tickets. I bought two lots because I had a mare trying to get them.
Yeah, I got mine straight away, and this time I had no problems whatsoever. I was online at about 20 to 7 in the morning, and I was refreshing, and I saw as the page started to come up on Cineworld, and I got my tickets for the midnight screening. I got a 2D because that's all that was showing, and then I got an IMAX for the following morning. Right. But I've got an unlimited card with Cineworld, and it does turn out that this is in the terms and conditions after having a look at it. But you can't pre-book more than one set of tickets for a movie.
Oh, so, no.
Had I known that, I'd have paid for the 2D and booked my IMAX with my card. Instead
idiot.
I did it the other way around, ended up paying 30 quid for my IMAX tickets.
You dumbass. My issue was the fact that they went on sale at 7 a.m. this morning and not midnight like last time for Rogue One. Because I was on a train at 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh, no.
And so I knew it was going to be a mare. And what didn't help was I too wanted to go to Cineworld in Milton Keynes, and I wanted to go to the 4DX presentation. I thought, that's the way I want to see it. And tried doing that, kept clicking on it, and there didn't seem to be the 4DX coming up for Milton Keynes, so I don't know what's going on there. But I wasted a lot of time trying, because last time for Rogue One, it just took a while for each cinema to appear. Yeah. So I just assumed, oh, it will appear in a minute. I haven't got to worry, because if I can't find it, no one else can.
Right.
10 minutes later, it still ain't come up. I'm thinking, I don't know if it is going to come up.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'd better start thinking about going to the 3D IMAX down the road.
Was nothing coming up, or was it
No, it's just my cinema wasn't saying 4DX.
Right. But they had 2D and stuff?
They had 2D and 3D, but they didn't have 4DX. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go for 4DX. And so basically what happened was, long story short, was that there was a showing on the Wednesday night at 9 o'clock in the Odeon.
Ah, that was the
gallery one.
Was that not the Force Awakens followed by?
No, they were just doing The Last Jedi. And I was thinking, well, I'm going to get that bad boy, because that had sold out straight away because it was a prime time.
So that's at 9 p.m. on the 13th?
Yeah.
How did they get that?
I don't know. I couldn't believe it. And first of all, I couldn't believe it. And second of all, it was expensive. It was like 30 quid a ticket.
Oh, wow.
Because it was a gallery showing 3D IMAX.
Right.
And I was just thinking, oh. So I tried to get it anyway. Sold out. So in the end, I then thought, and I couldn't see any. And the next showing was at 3 a.m.
Right.
I was like, what is going on here? And so in the end, I just booked a lunchtime showing for the 14th.
Right.
And I thought to myself, oh, wait a minute, why don't I just try back at Cineworld and go for a normal 3D at midnight? And so I did that. So now I've got midnight and I've got 1 p.m. the next day.
Cool. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, I was very happy with it this morning. The fact that I literally, I think it was 6:54 this morning, I booked my tickets.
Yeah, I was on a train with crappy Wi-Fi, and it just goes round and round and round. I was like,
what a torturous time for that to happen.
It was a torturous time. I was like, why isn't it midnight like last time? Buggers. Anyway, never mind. That's not very exciting.
The thing
what
is
it?
You got it. That's the main thing.
Got it, man.
And then the poster came out.
What do you think of the poster?
I think it's really cool. It's different from the other posters.
Yeah. But what I don't like, I'll tell you what I don't like about it first. It looks more like photos rather than a painting. I love like a proper painting poster.
Yeah,
you know?
I know what you mean.
But I know the Force Awakens one didn't look super. It looked like photo-ish, didn't it? But it seemed more design than this one.
I wonder if this will be the final one. I mean, there is some painting elements to it. Maybe it's just a really good painting. But I mean, the colours are very different from all the other ones that we've had. Obviously, these ones focus on Crate, because you can see the red sand at the bottom, and you've got the new walkers and all that.
That whole red theme in all of the marketing so far for the film, there's been this red theme, isn't there?
And even on, like, we're going to get onto the trailer afterwards, but the writing for the Star Wars title was still in red on this one. I thought that by now they'd have changed it.
Yeah, I think that's staying, to be honest. I don't know.
Not when the movie comes out. When the movie starts,
in the crawl.
Yeah, you ain't getting a red.
That'd be yellow, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be yellow.
My immediate thoughts on the poster. First of all, someone said to me, Thomas, who's in the Beyonders group that we're part of, Facebook group, he was saying, why is Poe on the side of the baddies? I think that's more of just a balance thing.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there's too many goodies, not enough baddies. I guess the biggest thing is, where's Snoke? He's not on there.
Yeah, good point.
And then what I think is really interesting is typical Star Wars poster had Vader's head at the back,
and they've got Luke's head at the back.
And they've got Luke's there,
and he's got the hood as well, so it looks how Vader's does. Yeah.
And I just don't know I still don't know whether Luke is actually fully good in this.
Well, here's the interesting thing, because IMAX have put out a IMAX standee, right, and it's a two-sided one, and it's kind of like an arch, and on one side it's got like the good guys, and it's got Luke, and he's got his hood down, and he looks like Luke that we've seen. And then on the other side it's got the baddies, and at the top it has this picture of Luke.
Interesting.
So that was a bit of a weird one. It's like, okay, why have they got Luke on both of them? But grey, maybe he's right down the middle.
Well, if you look at the lighting again of this,
one side
of the poster, one side is light, one side is red. So I think he is absolutely. I definitely think he's going to be very neutral in this film.
I think so.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah. But anything else on the poster that you want to pick out?
No, I mean, we've got Phasma down there, like tiny little Phasma with her spear. We've got the new, I can't remember what the droid's called, the new bad
droid, what it is.
Yeah. Hux gets a look in, because he doesn't get a look in on the trailer, so you can see a tiny little Hux there.
I didn't know if he was dead, but he's alive.
He's alive with the elite Praetorian guards there. You've got your favourite there, Rose.
My favourite. She smelled it.
So yeah, Rey's looking cool.
Look, Rose looks well grumpy in that picture as well.
Well, you complain that she smiles too much normally.
No, in the last picture she looked like someone she'd done a sneaky fart.
Yeah.
She had the look of someone that had let one go in a little silently deadly mode.
And then you've got Rey's got a lightsaber pointing downwards, and Kylo one pointing upwards, and not that that necessarily means anything, but it looks cool, and they're symmetrical as well in the direction.
Yeah, it's a nice poster.
Yeah,
it's not as good as the Force Awakens one. I love the Force Awakens.
You know what? It's different from all the other Star Wars ones, and this trailer also
is very different.
It's different. It feels like Star Wars, but it's different from Star Wars.
I tell you what's missing. There was no piano version of a classic theme in it, like there has been in the last two films.
No, but I did like how John Williams brought the strings in.
Yeah.
So anyway, do you want
Let's talk about the trailer. 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 Let's talk about the trailer.
We could play it and pause it. How about that?
Go on.
I think you'll get a bit of the sound of it coming through.
You're the technical master, Jay.
Not really. I think we'll get a bit of the sound from mine coming through on this anyway, so you guys can all hear it.
Okay.
So let's press play now. So we start off, you've got Kylo Ren there, pause it, and he's standing and he's looking out over like a docking bay on I guess it's on one of the dreadnoughts of the Star Destroyers. You can see in the background some of the I think you've got the AT-M6s in the background there and a couple other ships, different types. And he's standing there like when Anakin was standing at the window.
That's what it reminded me of, yeah. I mean, that is obviously this is going to be an area where Rose and Finn end up later on in the trailer. And
which
they fight with Phasma and all that stuff. So this is obviously going to be a key location for the film.
Yeah.
This is obviously where the Resistance is trying to. This is obviously the mission.
This is the mission.
Finn,
They've been sent on a mission to destroy a dreadnought, haven't they?
Yeah.
So let's press play again. You see the AT-M6s coming across. They're on crate there.
Yeah, I tell you what, I hadn't noticed until I hadn't noticed until I saw this picture of them that they've got the jagged edges on their legs.
To cut the cables.
Yeah, that's quite clever, isn't it?
Well, they've learnt their lesson, I guess.
Yeah.
So I paused.
And you've got Kylo Ren's. What looks like Kylo Ren's shuttle thing as well.
That's right. That's what it is. Yeah. So it looks like he's leading the attack there on crate. Where I paused, it's actually 13 seconds, so it's on the next scene where it's got Kylo Ren walking with the flame troopers behind him. Okay,
well, let's talk about what's happening in terms of the voice in this bit, because this is Snoke, I assume, talking.
And because they show Kylo Ren in this part of the trailer, I think it's easy to assume that he's talking to Kylo Ren. However, there's a bit that comes later on in the trailer which could suggest that maybe he's talking to Rey.
Yeah, so he's talking about he's found someone with an untamed power. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, raw that could easily be either of them, couldn't it? I think, and I think this is, before we go into the rest of this trailer has been cut to be very, very misleading, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically trying to create, fear. I mean, they love a theory, don't they? They love a fist of fury! And this is fist and fury bait, really, isn't it? This whole trailer.
Well, so I've got a theory about the next scene. So if you go forward just a little bit, so you've got Kylo Ren walking with the flame troopers behind him.
That's a cool picture, by the way.
Now, this one, what's interesting about this? If you look at the ground, obviously it's black and it looks like it's got lava underneath there, right? Now, crate, obviously we've seen it's got the salt on the ground and it's got that red sand underneath. This is most likely crate. However, do you remember after Rogue One, they started talking about Darth Vader's castle and how you might see it in one of the Star movies?
Yeah,
that could be Mustafar.
It could be. That'd be amazing.
That would be cool, right? If Kylo Ren is going to.
I really, really hope we see Mustafar.
That would be good.
And you're right, they were talking about that, weren't they? Mm. And there was mention about it. And that would be amazing to see in base there.
And what we're seeing here is they're walking into what looks like the entrance to some kind of cave, or there's like all stones up there. It looks like a dark volcanic kind of ground. But then at the same time, where the light is coming in at the back, that does look like it's a reflection off the salt plain. So I doubt very much that is Mustafar. I think that would just be a cool thing, but I don't think it is, because you can see like there's some smoke coming in and you can see like the light glinting off the rocks. So that's probably still crate, because crate is obviously, they've got the rebel base there. We know that the AT-M6s are there. We saw Kylo Ren's ship. Chances are he's brought a whole bunch of troops, like landing crew, with him. So this is most likely crate that we're seeing in this bit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm starting to get to my different theories here already, and we've hardly got into the trailer.
Okay.
And, so I don't know whether we're just going to go back and forth and just talk about random theories as it inspires us on this, Jay. But
be inspired, Colin.
So, I mean, first of all, I want to say I was right all along. Everything I've said, I think, is right.
For
in the
example,
past, like Kylo and Rey, not Kylo and Rey, Kylo and Rey being balancing the Force, crossing over. Something bad's going to happen at the end, and basically
something bad happening at the end is pretty much a given, though, weren't it?
Yeah, no, but not really.
Well, yeah, because this is going to be the empire of this trilogy. So,
but I mean, what I do, I mean, this shot, the next shot I'm looking at, I think I've jumped ahead.
Are we pressing play? Let's press play. And
let's play. Right. The red lightsaber thing.
Right, so we've got Kylo Ren. He's in Snoke's throne room here.
Yeah.
So it's the red room. We see the elite Praetorian guards in the background. Ren's got a brand new lightsaber there.
Yeah, it's nice,
although it's still the same design, it's just black.
Has it got the funny...
I think it does look like it's got the side bits, yeah. It looks like it has in this picture. I'm paused where he's actually got his hand on the lightsaber.
Yeah,
so you can see the Praetorian Guard's feet in the background there. And now this is an interesting bit, though, because we know that the Guards are going to have some action in this. And could this be based on something we see a little bit later on, that he goes at it with Snoke?
Yes, I totally agree. I think this... My view is, by the end of the film, Kylo is going to turn good. Or not turn good, but go against Snoke.
Well, he'll be being pulled by the light side of the Force, won't he?
So, again, you go back to the novelisation of Force Awakens and his disappointment of that killing Han didn't make him feel powerful, didn't make him...
It made him feel worse, didn't it?
Yeah. And so... I mean, look, we're going to talk about the bit in a minute when he's about to fire on what looks like he's about to fire on the ship that Leia's on.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know if that's just tricky editing, to be fair, and that might not even be a situation. But
I think it is, otherwise they've given away a big spoiler.
What, as in?
Because, like, if it is edited cleverly, then that's fine. But if not, it's like, this is quite a big thing, because it's like... You know, well, we'll get there. So let's go
all I'm saying is, in his, I think there's definitely motivation here for him to walk away from Snoke and have to have this scrap here. So I think that's definite. I think that's a definite. He's going to be fighting them, and that's when he's going to smash his helmet up.
Right, let's press play then.
Yeah.
Something truly special, and then we see Rey light up her lightsaber.
Yeah, she looks cool in this, man.
And here come the strings, and we see Achto.
Yeah.
Now this made me laugh because she gives Luke the lightsaber, and he gives us that look from the end of Episode 7 where he's shocked.
I've got to say, Luke's acting in this doesn't. I am a little bit concerned that it's a bit cheese.
Let's pause here. So we get to see. Rey's on she's sitting with her legs crossed, Luke's next to her, and she's using the Force and she cracks the ground.
Oh god, that's cool, that bit.
Right? And Luke looks shocked. Yeah, and then it flashes across.
He looks shocked.
Yeah. And it flashes across, we see that scene with her hands there. You can see she's actually cross-legged, her foot's in the background. Her hands are down, and you can see like the rocks rising around her. So like he's getting a glimpse at her power here. And just before that, we got to see her doing a little bit of training with the lightsabers.
All that training stuff was wicked.
And the lightsabers look nice, don't they?
Yeah, and the way, you know, when she almost whacks that bloody stone, but she's got the control so she doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether we're going to see a few times that she loses control and when that's an achievement rather than straight off. Who knows?
I hope that she puts Luke in a backpack and does a somersault.
Yeah, that's got to happen. That's definitely got to happen. I like seeing his hand. I like all that bit. She looks cool. What's the bit I'm thinking of? You got the journal of the wheels again that pops up.
You see that there, and it looks like it's in a tree.
So she's obviously gone to read that. That picture of Luke's face.
What bit are you looking at there?
I just look at that picture of his shocked face.
Oh yeah.
That's going on the picture for this episode. Mate.
That's going to be the cover, isn't it? he looks quite shocked from the what he saw there.
So this is when they're talking about how powerful she is, isn't it?
Yeah. So if we carry on, we're going to get a nice little quick flashback. We'll do a quick pause here.
Oh yeah, the flashback.
Here you go. So I like that. So Luke says he's seen this raw strength before. It didn't scare him enough then. It does now, and you get a little flashback to what looks like the scene that we've seen before with Luke kneeling down next to R2 and the temple's on fire. And just before that, we see Luke's cybernetic hand bust out through some rubble. So that's good. Hopefully we get a better look at what happened.
So what are we talking... So, I mean, there's... Again, I've seen the theories, people already talking about this. It's assuming that we're talking about Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
But he could be talking about Vader. He could be talking, in terms of where he's seen this power before.
Yeah.
Now, I personally think it is Kylo who's talking about.
I do as well.
That's a leap saying it's Vader.
Yeah.
But I do like, the thought that, I think that confrontation with Vader and the fear of Vader before he knew who he was, I think has had some kind of effect on him. I
think the bigger effect has been that he thought he was ready to train Kylo Ren or Ben Solo, and I mean, he's his nephew, and then it all went wrong. And as far as we know, because we can see in that picture what looks like bodies on the floor there, it ended up with other students dying. Is that bodies or is it just rubble? I can't really tell. I think it might just be rubble.
Yeah,
but it certainly looks like he caused a lot of problems for Luke, and Luke wants none of this. Basically, he's not interested in training Rey. What do you see on the floor behind Luke? There's a symbol there on the floor.
God knows what that is.
Is it like the tree or something like that? Is it a symbol of the tree or?
Yeah, I can't think. It doesn't look like anything else, but I don't know. I think, I don't know what that is, mate.
So, and there's another nice bit here when he says, "This scares him." Now we get to see Rey there. You see Rey sitting there on the rocks, looking at him. Now, obviously, again, this is cut together in a way. That scene probably doesn't happen right there. But
no.
She does look like she's abandoned in that.
I definitely
think what I want to get across.
He decides not to train her, hence him being the last Jedi.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately why she goes. She doesn't go to Snoke. I honestly don't think she goes to Snoke. I think she's either captured or she's on a mission with Luke or something, and somehow she gets to Snoke. I don't think she willingly goes off to see Snoke.
Well, I think she wants to bring Luke back to Leia and that lot.
Yeah.
And we're going to see that at some point. All right, let's carry on. Because you're running out of time. Let's carry on then. So we get to see Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
And let the past die.
I really like the background for those bits when he's in that sort of very imperial looking place.
It looks like the Death Star anyway, like that. I like how he says "let the past die" and then he smashes his helmet against the wall. Also, I like the tape he has on his scar.
Yeah, that's quite cool. I mean, I honestly do think Kylo's going to be redeemed in this.
Yeah, I think he is. And they have to make it good because it's a very hard thing to redeem.
Well, I think he's going to basically fail. I think he's going to fail to kill Leia and ends up either being... I don't think he's going to willingly join the Resistance, but he's going to end up getting stuck with the Resistance, I think.
Do you think his mum will protect him?
Yeah.
Because, he killed Han Solo. Everyone's going to be pissed off about that. So they've got a real job to make, the audience forgive him.
In the scenes which we're about to look at, so let's just look at these scenes.
Yeah.
So I can talk about them.
So yeah, we get to see him. We get to see his TIE silencer. He's obviously now. I like this. Like he is a badass pilot. He's got Solo blood and he's got Skywalker blood, and you can see how good he is at flying this thing, flying through space. He's spinning. He's shooting.
And to me, the ship
looks cool.
His ability there really reminds me of Jaina Solo. That's the element for me expanding.
His ability there reminds you of me playing Battlefront.
No, it doesn't. Certainly does not. I haven't had a chance to play it today. Anyway,
it's gone.
No, it's there till Wednesday.
Oh, is it? Oh no, I didn't realise I'd stopped playing it.
No, it's there till tomorrow. 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Great.
Anyway,
so there you go.
They're obviously having a Force
General Leia
feeling crossover, aren't they? Leia and Kylo. They must be sensing.
Yeah, depending on how this is cut together, if this is actually that scene.
I think they are.
But yeah, it does look that way. So she's sensing him.
I think they have a conversation.
And you can see that he's got target on the bridge of the Radus.
Yeah.
And then he hovers his thumb over the fire button, and that's why this. I hope it is cut together in a clever way, because that would be a bit of a spoiler. Because there's only 2 outcomes for it. Either he kills her, and they've kind of said that's not going to happen because they're going to give her a good exit, or he doesn't, and it looks like he's not going to.
I think there's a third option here. I think she does something and kills herself. She either sacrifices herself or does something to stop him.
That'd be it. But I mean, after having Han Solo, I don't think it would be. I don't think they would do that.
Why?
I just think it would be stupid.
Why?
Because it's like, Han Solo sacrificed himself to help him, and then she's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, but she's not doing it to help him. She's doing it for the Resistance.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope this is cut together in a way that we're not actually seeing what happens there, because that wouldn't be good. But if we talk about it as if it is, we do see that she looks like she's sensing him through the Force, and he's sensing her, and then you see this little look on his face, and he's like, "Do I do it? Don't I do it?" Mm. And then it says,
"I hope they do talk like Vader and Luke did."
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I want to see him have interaction with her, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so that's interesting.
The next scene we get to see the Millennium Falcon. It looks like it's going through some massive cave with all these crystals in there.
So this is reminiscent of Empire, isn't it?
Yeah, very. I wonder where this is. Is this crate? They're all red crystals.
I have no idea.
Who knows? And then we get to see. Now you get to see Chewie and his mate the Porg. I think Chewie's face looks really CG in this one.
Yeah, like it doesn't look real at all, does it?
And I like how they've put bits of shit on his teeth as well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this because it does. He looks CGI. It doesn't look like
he looks like a cartoon.
He looks like something out of shitty Rebels. Oh, beep beep beep.
So we get to see the Porg. So
Yeah. They don't look as annoying as I thought they were going to be. To be fair,
if that's the extent of their part, they won't be annoying. And then we get to see Poe Dameron, and he says, "We're the spark that's going to burn the First Order down."
Yeah, Poe doesn't get much to do in this. Well, I'm wondering if he's talking to that new bird that you talked about last week.
What's that, Rose?
No, there's another one, isn't there? A general or something, or some.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's. Poe's going to have his own mission. They will give him a mission, and then we get to see Captain Phasma.
Well, he's going to have to save. I reckon he's going to be sent to save Finn and
Rose again. Yeah. He probably will actually. He'll lead a fleet over there to get them.
Yeah.
So we get to see Captain Phasma. She's got her staff with her.
Because obviously Finn's going to cock it up.
Obviously. And there's some explosions around Phasma.
I thought Phasma looked wicked in this fight.
She does look better. And then we get to see Finn in. He's got the First Order officer's uniform on, so this is obviously part of his mission. The place is in ruins and it's on fire, so that looks like it's that hangar as well. And he's got the Force. What is it? The Force nightstick. This one's slightly different. It opens up a little bit differently.
The only thing I would say is, what if this is all a ruse and he actually is just playing the Resistance and he really is a First Order?
God, they end up making you like Kylo and hate Finn.
Yeah, because he actually is all just playing them, and he's just a really fantastically goofy.
The way he goes at it with Phasma don't look like he's playing.
Yeah, but then Phasma was always looking out for herself.
So this looks cool though, where they have their little fight, and you get to see when she's blocking him. And it does a close-up on Phasma's face. You can see all the electricity coming off it and like shining off the metal of her costume. That looks cool.
Her costume seems much more reflective than it did before.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like an actual mirror, isn't it?
The helmet, to me, especially in that close-up, it's a slightly different shape. The back of it's a different shape.
It looks, more flat and like narrow, doesn't it? I think the whole costume looks slightly different. I mean, I think her stance looks different as well.
More streamlined.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks better anyway, if it is. Okay, let's carry on.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, we see BB-8 being electrocuted and loads of ships burning. And then you've got Luke in the rain and he's on the ground, like he's fallen backwards. And he's saying, this is not going to go as you think it is.
I think this is Kylo leaving the Jedi Temple. I don't think this is a now. I think this is a flashback.
You think that's a flashback?
Yeah.
So because Luke's got a different outfit on as well.
Yeah, I think this is when Kylo, and this is where we'll see the thing from Force Awakens from her vision. I think.
So this is not going to go the way you think, and Luke's got different robes on. He's on his back. He looks kind of beaten there in a way, and he's in the rain.
Yeah, I think this is Kylo leaving him, and with the Knights of Ren.
And then we get a quick glimpse of the ice foxes.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. And there's a big shutter on it looks like it's on the base on Crate again. It's sort of coming down.
Yeah.
And they're all running in. And then you see Leia as well. She's standing there alone, looking out.
So from this thing, we're pretty certain that the Resistance base is on Crate now. Basically, that's what we're taking from this. Yeah.
Yep, and that's where they've gone. And that used to be an old Rebel base. That's now, and there's going to be a comic coming out.
I think I saw
which is going to cover that. Yeah. So we see Leia standing there on her own, looking out at the emptiness, and she looks quite sad there as it does a close up on her face. She looks like almost like they're losing or something like that. And in the next scene you get to see Rey diving into some deep water, and then she comes out of the water and Luke's standing there. Now this looks like where we saw Luke on his back, because he's all wet and he's wearing those same robes again.
Yeah, could be then.
And then as we go into the next scene, again, the stormtroopers, they look like their helmets are slightly more streamlined in this.
Maybe
and,
we see ratio or something, the picture.
Maybe. And then we see Finn looks like, well, in this he looks like he's captured. And then we get a quick look at the hangar, and it's populated with a ton of Stormies and all sorts of First Order people. We get a nice close-up on Crate there of the ATM-6s and their faces, and you can see all the red sand coming out from
They look like Cylons now.
They do look like Cylons, yeah. And then you see a TIE fighter get shot down, and it looks like it actually gets shot from defences from the base rather than from another ship.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it goes rolling along and all that red dust. And then we get a close-up look on Snoke here.
On Ezra, Snoke.
Now this, so I didn't know this. I was watching Collider's recap of this trailer, and Ken Napsop was doing it. And apparently, Snoke's gold robe is an original design for the Emperor. and so they've just reused it.
What, as it in the continuity of the story? So he's got a robe that was Palps.
No, in Return of the Jedi, the Emperor was one of his designs was to look like that.
Well, there's a reason why they didn't use it, because it looks stupid.
So here we get to hear him say something.
Fulfill your destiny. Now, someone I used to work with called Stephen Belcher, he sent me a message earlier on saying he's adamant that fulfill your destiny is not one person's voice. He thinks some of it is Yoda. Now, I've listened to it a few times and I don't agree with him, but I didn't know whether you have any, or you think that's definitely Snoke saying that.
I hadn't picked up on that. But again, this could be him saying it to either Kylo or Rey.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any clear who he's talking to, because he could just be torturing her. He could be having nothing to do with her. I mean, that's obviously him in the background when she's being tortured, isn't it?
You can see him and the Praetorian guards there. Yeah. She's being tortured, he's holding her up. So we get to see what he can do. But obviously that means that at some point Rey gets to his throne room. Either by, as you said, either by being captured or she somehow makes her way there.
Yeah. And then I mean, this is obviously setting up that she's going to run off and join Snoke, but I don't think this is quite true.
Well, when you look at the backgrounds, she looks like she's in the cave with Luke when she says this. Yeah. And then when you see Kylo Ren, there's all like fire and embers dropping down behind
that
him.
Is not that she is that Kylo Ren is not handing that to her, his hand to her. No way.
And also her voice has a bit of an echo, like it's in the cave. So I mean, Kylo Ren
who do you think he's talking to there?
Who, Kylo Ren?
Yeah.
It could be Leia. It could be... I mean, we haven't seen all the scenes of Leia.
What does he say? What does he say? He says...
It's just her.
No, does he not say anything?
No.
No. Oh, yeah, I think he's...
She just needs someone to show her place in all this. And he puts his hand out. Now, that could be to his mother.
Yeah, I think so. This is him admitting at the end that he's gonna...
Yeah.
He's not... I don't think I don't think anyone's going to become Jedis in this. I don't think there's going to be a good versus evil. No. There's going to be...
the balance.
There's going to be Luke, Kylo, and Rey all being Greys.
Yeah, I think so.
Ultimately. And he's going to say, look, I'm not going to join your crusade, but I'm also not going to let Snoke win.
Yeah.
I think. So he's going to join up to stop Snoke. And I think that's where the future of Star Wars is going to go.
And actually, when you look at his face in this scene as well, right? He doesn't look like he's being menacing or anything. Like,
no, he looks a bit pathetic, to be fair.
Yeah, he looks like, you know what, I was wrong or you were right or whatever. And it looks like he's giving in, saying, no, I'm going to help you or something along those lines. I don't think that he's... I think at this point he's changed his mind.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's as strong as he's going to become good. I think he is going to work with them to get rid of Snoke. I think in the future, this is what I think all this is going to set up is that there's going to be Kylo camp and he's going to be doing his own thing. There's going to be, the Resistance. There's going to be the First Order. There's going to be all these different factions, I think, by episode 1.
Well, as you said before, like, and it goes back to the previous poster with the lightsaber that was half blue, half red. The balance is the light and the dark, so the grey Jedi will not, they're not going to really be Jedi anymore. But I think that he will always stay a certain way. Although he is being pulled one way, I hope that Rey starts getting pulled the other way. Really,
I think she will. I mean, I still think, I honestly do think her fighting style is Empire. Is Emperor? Sorry, I think she's a Palps.
Yeah.
And I guess that was going to be my next question for you, Jay. Is there anything in this trailer that gives you a clue as to who she is?
No.
But apart from her Emperor fighting
style. Yeah, I mean, other than that, Rian Johnson has said that we will find out who her parents are, and he said it's not going to be a big deal. So
yeah, I don't think it is.
But then, of course, he's not going to tell us anyway. If it is a big deal, he's going to play it down. So, yeah. But all in all, I enjoyed it. The more I watched the trailer, the more I liked it. My initial watch, I was like, okay, that was all right.
Yeah, I was a bit underwhelmed.
It didn't have the Chewie, we're home, but
it didn't have. Well, it's because, again, like I say, it was not the first time we're seeing these guys now.
That again. But
because I love seeing the Falcon in the Force Awakens one. That was just that was the moment for me when I was like, yeah, and seeing the crash Star Destroyer. I guess that's the one thing that I guess the wow factor is the Krayt battle, I guess, but there's nothing that's made me think, whoa, this is blowing my mind, like when you first see the fallen ships on Jakku.
Yeah, that was it. It had been so long, that was new Star Wars coming
But
back.
that was completely new. That was a new concept. I've seen big things versus fires. Yeah. I hadn't seen a graveyard of massive ships like that before.
But, as I say, the more I watched it, the more I liked it. The more things I would start noticing and picking out, and I was like, oh, and that was getting me more excited. Watching it more times made me go, oh man, I can't wait. Whereas my first thought was, it's okay. But yeah, no, it's good trailers, a lot of good stuff in there. I think it's been cut together quite cleverly, which is a good thing. I hope that one bit with Leia is not what happens in the movie.
So what? When you say that, what do you think it's trying to tell you?
I'm not saying. Well, I think it's trying to tell us what we think it is just by watching it. But what I mean is that he's like,
he's going to try and kill Leia.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Do I? Don't I?" And he, I think he'll decide not to. But I hope that it doesn't play out just like that. I don't want them to give away the exact moment. I'd rather there's more to it than that. And as you say, maybe it could be that they're communicating for a little while and we get that scene. That would be quite cool, and that affects his decision, or she makes him call off the attack, or like something else to it. I don't want that scene to be given away in the trailer. That would just suck.
No.
But
it's all exciting, Jay.
Yeah, it is.
But, are we going to see another trailer between now and Christmas, do you mean? Or not?
I hope not. I hope not. I don't think we need to see another trailer.
I was going to say, I don't want any more spoilers now. I have had enough.
Yeah, I think that should be it now. It's not that long to go. I think that we might get another trailer. We might get another small trailer.
We'll get a lot of TV spots with extra bits that we won't see.
Yeah, that's probably what we'll get a lot of. So,
and then someone will supercut them.
There is a supercut of the trailers already. I posted it earlier.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I was going to, but...
And then there'll be an even super duper cut. So
super duper cut, yeah. Mm-hmm. Super Star Destroyer cut.
That's the one.
We've got comments.
Oh, have we?
Right, so just a few shout outs. Melvin Wankanobi, he was looking forward to hearing our views. Melv, I hope you've enjoyed our views. I love you, you're the best. He's cool. I love him. Julie Morris Rowe. Everyone here at Cosmic Workshop, I'm guessing that's somewhere cool, are excited by it. Lots of hints about possible storyline, but we think there's a couple of misdirection in there. Mm-hmm. Seems like a lot is given away, but actually it's quite vague. We totally agree there, Julie, 100%. Yep. Simona Di Dutchova, now I've probably ruined that name.
God, how to butcher people's names.
Yeah. She's made a brilliant comment. She feels lukewarm.
Haha.
Yeah, hint, wink, wink. So well done there for comedy geniusness. Greg Tive, he's excited about it. I hope they give Leia a fitting tribute. I'd hate to see her killed off in a rushed way. I know they had to redo it all, but if they can digitally recreate Tarkin, they can do so with Leia, so she goes out in style. Yeah, we agree with that.
Yep, I agree.
Paul Maliri, I see some clever editing here in the trailer to lead us down the wrong path. Just hope it's not a rehash of Empire Strikes Back. I don't think it will be. No. I don't think it will be. Ian Richardson, me old mate, me old China, me old Cockney Rhymer. He's excited. He's with Paul and Greg above. I'm taking he's taking a job lot of tissues in anticipation of having treat Leia's parting because he's going to be so sad, not for any other reason. And yes, I think there's been some clever editing to leave us second guessing and hopefully surprised when we're sat there in the theatre watching. Too bloody right there, Ian.
Definitely.
Finally, Paul Hill. This has got me pumped. I agree with Paul Maliri. Some clever editing that makes me want to see the film more. And we had a few likes from Sarah Harris and Kirsten Moore, some other name I can't pronounce. So,
cool.
Hey!
Yeah.
Thanks, gang.
You'll have to add all these guys to the group.
I'm going to. And also, we did hear from Daniel Hackett, obviously, because we always hear from him. We heard from Tom Wells. Who else have we heard from? We've heard from a few people today. So Thomas Harrison. Sorry, my name's rubbish. So yeah, heard from a few people today. So we really enjoy hearing your comments. So definitely keep this conversation going.
Send more,
but don't spoil things for me, or else I cry.
Yeah, no spoilers. No one's allowed to put spoilers on the group.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start putting a anti-spoiler zone up, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Right, so anyway, I think that's going to be it for this evening's podcast.
I think so too, Jay.
You've got an early wake up tomorrow, so
I've got to get up early, man.
So, if anyone wants to listen to us or talk to us or anything like that, they can find us on Facebook at Star Wars Conversations. That's the group that it all started at. We're also on Twitter at Star Wars Convo. Or use the hashtag Star Wars Convo. You can get Colin on Twitter at
Captain Colin,
and you can get me at Twitter at EagleEye1933. I was about to say at Captain Colin. You can also find us.
Well, if they do want me to pass your messages, I don't mind.
You can also find us on iTunes.
Mine's easier to remember than yours.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is. You can also get us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. A whole bunch of other places where you can get podcasts.
Wherever you get your podcasts, you can probably find us, man.
And where else?
At Taylor Network Podcasts, the premium place for amazing podcasts for free. All your podcasting needs. You've got a subject that you enjoy. It's going to be on Taylor Podcast Network. So just check it out, man. It's amazing.
That's right. Right. So anyway. That's it. So until next time,
punch it, Chewie.
May the Force be with you.